Now, one of the many joining the picket lines this morning is Dr. Ewan McGaughey. He's a reader in law at King's College London and also the branch president, I believe, for the UCU here at King's. Dr. Ewan, why are you on strike? Can you just explain briefly what's going on here?
Yeah, so we've had real terms 30% pay cuts since this Tory government started in 2010. The deal on the table is another 5% real terms pay cut this year. On top of the pay cuts that everyone's already suffered, cuts to pensions, as you say, enormous race and gender pay gaps of around 18% nationally, and we've got young staff, precarious staff, being forced to apply for their jobs every single year. So what needs to happen is that the employers need to get round the bargaining table, bargain in good faith, and stop cutting people's pay like the pay is being cut for British workers all around the country, teachers, nurses, border staff and university lecturers. We need a real change.
I know that you've been asking for a plus 2% over inflation pay rise. Some 5 to 8% has been put forward, and certainly universities have warned that if they gave the pay that was requested, that actually job cuts would have to go. What's your response to that? Do you think they can actually afford this?
Well, it's just not accurate that there have to be job cuts. At my university, there's a £42 million operating surplus this year. There are university managers sitting on piles of cash, and that comes from university student tuition fees, tripled for home students since 2010, doubled for international students, piles of cash all around the country, but managers are putting it into fancy buildings and managerial bureaucracy without caring about the people who actually make the university staff and students.
And lastly there, you mentioned, I think, the key point, tuition fees, the sheer amount that students are paying for their education, a really important education that's being disrupted yet again. How do you justify impacting on the students so much by these walkouts?
Well, staff and students have the same interest. We need a public education service funded through fair tax, not forced fees. We need good faith sectoral collective bargaining where everybody has a voice at work. We need fundamentally a more democratic economy so that people who are running our universities, like employers all around the country, are accountable to the people who make our workplaces. That's the long-term change that we need.
Dr. Ewan McGaughey, thank you very much for joining me today.